Hello everyone, welcome to part 8 of the Xray xb4 buggy build series. This part we're going to be building the steering system. Now I've actually had to redo this all over again due to being interrupted. I've actually not pulled apart the Servo Saver, so I will go through that with you in a second. I have gone ahead and also built the steering arms and put the pillow ball screws in, and also part of the steering has a bit of carbon fibre. Now that I've also put CA glue around, and the CA glue, as I've mentioned in the previous video, helps seal the carbon fibre. So let's try this again. So with the Servo Saver, what I did is there's a shaft at the bottom here, and you have your two plastic parts that go on top of each other. I put a little bit of Hootie graphite grease in there just to help lube it, and you have your spring in there, and you've got a preload collar. Now the preload collar also has a little rubber O-ring that goes inside that helps stop it from slipping. Also you put a little bit of thread lock around, and also the preload setting is 1mm from the top, and with digital calipers I have had it preset at 1mm. I tested it and that's 1mm. So that's the Servo Saver. Now for the next part we'll be needing the Servo Saver and some collets, and we also need this part here, and we need the steering rack. Now pay attention to its orientation. I've had to revert to this little Allen key as my driver suddenly decided to strip itself, which is annoying. So it looks like I'm going to have to buy another one. And like a broken record, don't over tighten it, and you don't want it too tight on this either, because too tight and it won't move freely. Okay, just make sure just have to make sure I had it round the right way first. Alright, we screw that in. Okay, so really you want it to be like that, so it moves freely. Alright, next part is putting in the bearings. Okay, now got little shafts to put through. Now we need the carbon fibre rack. And I've already pre-thread locked these, so all we need to do now, just screw them in. It's obviously going to be a fight for me now. No, that's good. Alright, so that's that part done. Now next part, we need a conical washer on the pillow ball screws. And now we screw that into the inner hole on the steering rack. Okay, next one. Okay, so that's this part done. Now what we do is we get our chassis and we have to line it up. Now again folks, we'll need some thread lock. So what I'll do is I'll put the thread lock actually on here, just a smidge. And I'll put 2 screws through the chassis here. Okay, just bear with me folks, it's a bit of a juggle. Okay, it does not want to go in. Will do. My goodness. Okay, let's try that again folks. I'm going to have to use my old Allen key here. And we've got a, there we go, yeah. You're going to have to be careful when you're doing this because it can be very challenging and very frustrating, as I am just proving to you now. just nip it tight. There we go. Okay, now in this next part we just put the steering arms onto the knuckles. Like that. Don't be too aggressive, just a little bit of force is needed. Alrighty folks, there we are. That is the steering. So stay tuned for part 9.